Good morning. By now, you might have realised that my reality is completely different to yours, and you can put whatever label you want on it. Matrix, Alice in Wonderland, insanity, whatever the fuck you want. You know, to rationalise your own fears, to rationalise your own miserable lives. You can put whatever spin you want on it. But I'm not afraid to show you a completely different reality. As I say, this is the Matrix. And really anybody who watches these videos has been given an opportunity to make a judgment or to seek to understand. Plato's cave. Plato wrote a thing on the allegory of the cave, of the people sitting in the cave watching the shadows on the wall, and they think that this is reality. And then one escapes from the cave, and he comes back down to tell them about the beautiful life outside, the sunshine, the fucking birds, the trees, everything else. But they killed him. They killed him as they killed Jesus, as they killed Socrates, as they killed all these teachers. They killed him out of their own fear. But this is a choice. But these people aren't afraid to die. They're not afraid to die because, well, yesterday I mentioned a podcast called The Midnight Gospel, which the little one shows me every morning. So I've now seen 3 episodes, and the third episode, I watched 2 episodes the first day, and I said, "Oh, that's Buddhism." I said, "That's not really my thing." I sort of have that studied, and then on the third episode, I stayed watching it. On the third episode, which was the day before yesterday, like it was blew the head off me. So much so that I couldn't go back for yesterday I'm still thinking about episode 3. I was still thinking about episode 3 yesterday. I'm still thinking about episode 3 this morning, but I might watch the 4th one this morning. I'll see. Depends if it's meant to, if it's whatever way it unfolds. I don't force life. But she arrived, we have some of the greatest minds in Bulgaria anyway, if not the world, in this hostel. And as I say, we're all mad here. But I'm telling you now, some of the greatest minds are in this hostel. You just take the little one. She wandered in there, and no problem, stay. There's no money needed, stay, everything. And she's studying English 4 months. She's using one of those little apps on the phone, have you a receipt? One of these apps. And now, I offered to help her with her English, and now she's reading to me from Oscar Wilde's The Fisherman. Now, not only is it the very top level English, but it's really, really, really interesting story, and it's something like the podcast. And this is from years ago, but this is something like the podcast. But you can understand it at a superficial level, or you can actually understand it. But when you're watching it unfold in front of you, it's quite it's fucking my mind. It's fucking my mind. But not only is she reading this Oscar Wilde's The Fisherman, but she's reading it rather flamboyantly. She's like theatre, she's reading it like theatre, Now this you can see what I'm dealing with, this is her art is really, really, really amazing as well. This is top level. This is real intelligence. She can speak to me in Spanish, I understand her. They can speak to me in Bulgarian, I understand them. Do you know what I mean? There's no barriers. This is next level shit. Do you know what I mean? But last night I messaged somebody because the whole game is to stay in control of yourself, stay in control of yourself, stay in control of yourself. And it's not about looking to dominate anybody, it's just about staying in control of yourself. Because this is what makes everybody sharper, if you understand dialectics, which I've mentioned several times, you know what I mean? Your game, my game, and we work together for mutual benefit, but at the same time you have your game and I have my game, and my game is the most important thing to me and your game is the most important thing to you. So the whole thing, as long as it's mutually beneficial, that's fucking great. But well, there's no need to go to war over it if we have reason, but But can you understand what I'm saying? Everybody has their own agenda, but everybody's, as long as it's mutually beneficial, we can join together, we can work together. Like there's no reason that you have to, as I said yesterday, for there to be harmony, the orchestra of the mind has to play in the orchestra of the mind, first of all, has to play in harmony. That's the first thing. That's for the individual. The second thing then, as a collective, as I said up with one of the lads yesterday, as I said, this is like an orchestra. You know, you can go out there and play your own fucking instrument. Absolutely. Be excellent at your instrument. Go down the street there and blow the arse out of your horn and people will throw you pennies. You know what I mean? People will throw you pennies. Oh, that's fucking great. That's fucking great. Or we could get together and have an orchestra. We can have an orchestra. And I don't play any musical instruments. I conduct the orchestra. Not being arrogant or anything, but I do. I conduct the orchestra. Well, there's another conductor as well, but that's just the reality of it. I conduct the orchestra. I've told you the grand plan before several times, so I just, yeah, but yeah, that's the truth. But last night anyway, I offered, I messaged somebody, a girl, because you have to mitigate the whole Romeo and Juliet thing, you know what I mean? Because that's a fucking tragedy, you know what I mean? That's a fucking tragedy. This thing of we don't need anybody else. We don't need anybody else. You're whipping by Rotterdam. We don't need anybody else. You know, because this encapsulates you, and this is similar to depression, except instead of being encapsulated in one body, you're encapsulated in two. So you really want to avoid this, because you want to be fucking learning off each other, experiencing each other. You don't want to be putting sanctions on each other or restricting each other or anything like this. So last night I messaged a girl and I said, like, you know, you've won a free trip to Bulgaria. All expenses paid. You don't have to buy food. You don't have to pay accommodation. All you need is a plane ticket. All you need is the price of coming here. And Ryanair, I said Ryanair are doing very good deals at the moment. You probably get it for 20 quid. So she probably get her for 20 quid. But she said, don't message me again. Don't message me. Don't message me again. I said, I'll do one better. I'll block you. I said, I'll block you. But when I went to block her, there was no facility on my phone to block her, because this is, for me, the Matrix. Like, believe me, it's a different reality. There's no facility on my phone to block her. This has to be her choice. It has to be her choice. So she made the choice. She blocked me. This is blue pill shit. I don't know if she'll ever get another opportunity, but I know one thing. She's red carded out of my game anyway, that's for sure. Red card. Do you know what I mean? Red card. You're red carded out of the fucking game. And then you can do what the fuck you like. See those lads walking around the street, shaking a cup. At some point, they couldn't handle this, and they left the game. And when you leave the game, there's nothing. Now, she was never entered the game, because she's never in the game, because she just said, don't message me. This is a choice. Life is perception. This is a choice. But so it's red card, and now in my game. And as I say, I'm learning how to play this game myself more and more every day. Like, this company I'm keeping up here is... it's fucking, like, this is where the wisdom coming from. Like I would never have picked up Oscar Wilde's The Fisherman, for example, but now I'm getting schooled in Oscar Wilde's The Fisherman. But it's you can see why Oscar Wilde is famous. Like, he's posthumous fame. He maybe lived for eternity. He's one of us. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like, you might laugh and doubt me and say, look at the crazy man and all the rest, but at the end of the day, I'm doing it like. And this is fucking just entered an unbelievable stage. But for it to even enter this stage, there had to be an awful lot of, well, there was never any doubt. But there had to be a road to be travelled. You know what I mean? Now, you take the little one. As I said, the little one, like, the first thing I said to her is, you're free. Like, that's the first thing, because, like, well, as I said, I thought I was the teacher, but I'm not the teacher. I'm the student. But the first thing I said to her is, you're free. Like, you know what I mean? I said, at any point, you can walk out through that gate. You don't need money. You don't need anything. You can just walk out through that gate anytime you like. And I've been doing this time and time again. At any point, once this says to me to go, I can go. I could just pick up my bag and walk out through the gate. I never say, have I got 10 left, have I got 20 left, have I got the price of the bus even. I just go straight out the fucking gate. And when you go out the gate, you don't even know where you're going. You go down to the bus stop and you don't even know where you're going to end up. And it's all part of the amazing adventure, you know, because you stop trying to control life, stop trying to control life, stop trying to control the future. It's not yours to control. The future's uncertain and not ours to control. And of course, like, you know, like, as I say, one of the lads up here at the moment is every 15 minutes, every 15 minutes, every 15 minutes. But as I said to him the other day, like, you know, why would I stay here? You know what I mean? After your man said to me about the food, I said, why would I stay here? Why would I stay here? This is not conducive to my goal. And he said to me, oh, this is conducive to your goal, this is conducive to your goal, patience, patience. And now we sat down, we worked out a strategy for it to make it the best hustle. And, well, basically now the two of us are singing off one hymn sheet. And this is, so he's gone from no plan to now he has a plan. Now, that plan might go sideways, like, but, like, because as he said to me, every time you make a plan, God laughs. But but still, I still need to be 15 moves ahead. And this is my game, because my game is, he says there's no, he more or less is passive fatalism, you have no free will, you have no free will. My game is that you have free will. Everything is choice, everything is choice, everything is choice. And that's a perfect example of it last night. Everything is fucking choice. Now, you could have answered that 101 different ways. You could have asked a question, you could have fucking, said I'll think about it, but don't message me like fuck, don't message me again. Like I said, I'll block you. But this is right card. This is small time thinking. This is, do you understand? You know what I mean? This is judgment. This is blue pill shit. Do you know what I mean? Now, can you see what keeps you in the blue pill shit? Judgments, perceptions, not willing to understand. This is what keeps you in this blue pill shit, this being controlled by a big stupid mortgage, being controlled by a fucking job, be controlled, because lower animals have to be farmed. But what we have up here is absolute chaos, but it's not lower animal. It's not lower animal. There's no order. You know what I mean? There's no order, but yet there's respect for each other, there's love for each other, and we're learning from each other. But by Jesus, it's conducive to the goal. Good morning.